Week 4. The first heartbeat. Before the mother has missed a single period, before she has any idea, a cluster of cells no bigger than a poppy seed begins to flicker. It's not yet a proper heart. It's a tiny looping tube, but it contracts. Once, then again. A rhythm begins. That rhythm, if all goes well, will not stop for 80 to 100 years. Weeks 5 to 6. Arms, legs, a face. Tiny paddle-shaped buds push out from the sides of the embryo, the beginnings of arms and legs. Two dark spots appear on the face where eyes will one day see. The brain is already growing at a staggering pace, 250,000 new neurons every single minute. The embryo is barely the size of a lentil, and it is already building the organ that will one day wonder about its own existence. Weeks 7 to 8. Fingers appear. Here's something remarkable. Fingers don't grow outward. When the hand forms as a solid paddle, and then cells in between the fingers receive a signal, and they die on cue so that 5 separate fingers can emerge. The body sculpts itself through intentional sacrifice. By week 8, every major organ is present in some early form. Everything that will ever be there is already there, in miniature. Weeks 9 to 12, movement in the dark. The embryo is now officially a fetus. The tail, a brief evolutionary echo, disappears. The face becomes unmistakably human. And around week 10, something extraordinary. The fetus begins to move. It kicks, stretches, rolls, and touches its own face. It opens and closes its hands. But the mother feels absolutely nothing. The amniotic fluid cushions every movement into silence. This baby already has a full physical life that no one above can detect. To weeks 13 to 16, the world begins to sound. The ears are structurally complete. The fetus begins to hear, first the steady drumming of the mother's heartbeat, then the gurgle of her digestion, and eventually the muffled underwater echo of her voice. Studies show that newborns already recognize their mother's voice the moment they're born. The learning began here, weeks before anyone knew to start teaching. Taste buds form around week 14. The amniotic fluid carries flavors from whatever the mother eats. The baby is already developing preferences, already becoming a person with opinions. Weeks 17 to 24, the knock from inside. And then around week 18 to 20, the mother finally feels it. A flutter, something like butterflies or a fish turning in water. Then stronger, a definite kick against the ribs. When for centuries this moment was called quickening, and it was considered the moment life truly began. The secret is finally out. Meanwhile, the fetus is coated in 2 remarkable things. Lanugo, fine, soft hair covering the entire body for warmth, and vernix, a thick white waxy coating that protects the skin from the constant bath of amniotic fluid. It's the original moisturizer, ancient and perfectly engineered. By week 24, a threshold is crossed. A baby born now, with medical support, has a chance of surviving outside the womb. The lungs aren't ready, but the will to live is forming into something the modern world can work with. And somewhere in here, the fetus enters REM sleep. It is almost certainly dreaming, though no one knows of what. Weeks 25 to 32, wiring the mind. The brain's surface, once smooth, it begins to fold and crease into the wrinkled landscape we recognize. Each fold increases surface area. More cortex, more capacity for memory, language, emotion, thought. The most complex structure in the known universe is being assembled, synapse by synapse, in total darkness. Around week 28, the eyelids, fused shut since week 9, finally open. The eyes are blue-gray. True color will come later, but right now, if a bright light is shown against the mother's belly, the baby turns away. It has a preference. It responds. It is, in some measurable sense, aware. Weeks 33 to 37, rehearsing for life. The lungs perform thousands of practice breathing movements every day, drawing amniotic fluid in and out, conditioning the muscles that must work from the very first breath. The baby swallows, hiccups, yawns. It practices sucking. Every reflex needed for survival is being rehearsed in the safety of the womb, over and over until it is perfect. The skull is still slightly soft and malleable, designed to compress during the tight passage of birth, then re-expand. This is not an accident. Every centimeter of that descent has been accounted for in the architecture of bone. Weeks 38 to 40. The beginning. No one knows exactly what triggers labor. The best evidence suggests the baby itself sends the signal, a hormonal message from the fetal brain to the mother's body. I am ready. The uterus responds. The long preparation ends. The cord is cut. The lungs, never once used, rehearsed 10,000 times, must now perform. They do. Air rushes in. The heart, which has been running one way for 9 months, rewires its own circuitry in real time. A bypass that served the womb closes forever within the first hours of life. The body chooses the world, and if the newborn is placed on the mother's abdomen, it will crawl, unaided, to find her. This is called the breast crawl. It has never been taught. It has always been known. This is what 40 weeks looks like from the inside, a universe assembling itself from 2 cells in almost total darkness, without error, without pause, without rest. The miracle was never the birth. The miracle was everything before it.